me by my channel name, Mr. Tony. Who am I if you don't know me? Well, I am a counselor for children to adolescents, and a lot of them call me Mr. Tony. It is a name I've had or been known as for the last 20 years as I taught, well, 20, more like 25 years. Geez, time flies. I taught swimming and martial arts for 15 years, and for about the last 10 years, I've worked as a counselor for children as young as age 4 through adolescence. And so I started a YouTube channel a while ago, uh, pretty much near the beginning of YouTube, the days of Lonely Girl 15 and all that stuff. And when I started my YouTube channel, it had a different name, and I would just upload random videos. I was in my young 20s, and I think I was just trying to get views and subscribers and make a dime off YouTube like everyone else was at the time. Um, and I was really influenced by the Fail Army videos. Um, Obviously, that really didn't go anywhere. The biggest fail was my YouTube channel, but that's okay. I'm in a great part of my life. So, if you are a subscriber who's watching this from long ago, if you're one of my original subscribers, it's great having you back. Thank you for being part of my channel following all this time. If you are someone that knows me from my past or presently, um, then you probably know or have read my Facebook or something that I am doing the Camino Frances. And it is a pilgrimage hike. It's over 1,000 years old. It starts in France, right on the border of France, Spain. First day is the hardest day. You cross over the Pyrenees into Spain, and it goes for 500 miles across Spain to the very northwest of the Iberian Peninsula. Santiago de Compostela is where a lot of people end. You can walk all the way to a couple towns, hesitate to say cities, more like big towns, called Finisterre, which means end of the earth, because people did believe that was the end of the earth at a point in time, or Muccia, where there's a church like for Mary or something like that. So obviously, it's an old Catholic pilgrimage. Started out. I'm probably going to butcher the history, but this is what I think I know about it. Over 1,000 years ago, the Moors, I believe, and like Muslims, they occupied a lot of the Iberian Peninsula, at least the southern majority of it. And I'm not sure how much of this is anything to do with the Crusade times or whatever. Um, but a priest or a bishop, I don't know, they saw a shooting star, the Milky Way or something, pointing in a direction where they found the remains, the secret remains of St. James, the apostle of Jesus, and said, here is where St. James is buried, Santiago de Compostela, that place. And they still have them in a shrine or what they believe are the remains of St. James. And people made pilgrimage to there, and they wanted to uh, make the Iberian Peninsula Catholic again. So they drove out people of other religions and things like that. So I myself, I was born and raised Catholic. I am no longer a practicing Catholic, nor would I say I'm even religious anymore. I would consider myself to be very spiritual and philosophical, philosophizer, if that's even a word. Um, I think just because I do work as a counselor slash therapist that um, the study of people, past and present, has always been a big interest in me. Um, my first degree that I earned was in anthropology, and I really enjoyed the focus on cultural anthropology, study of cultures, uh, paleontology, archaeology, all that stuff. Paleontology is dinosaurs, don't really know as much about that, but study of people past and present is always interested me. The culture of people and how people think. And so um, I'm doing this more for spiritual reasons personally. Um, as far as why the Camino, um, I think I'll take a couple steps back here and just say, since my 20s, I've really enjoyed traveling. It has been something that's filled my bucket and filled my cup um, more than anything, really. Um, in my younger 20s, I was at times very depressed, struggled with uh, mental health things quite a bit. And the one thing that I committed to doing every year um, to keep myself going was to travel somewhere new. And I always felt that when I traveled somewhere new, if I was challenging myself, backpacking, hiking, wherever, whether it's desert or, cold conditions, didn't matter, that I was always becoming more of the person I was meant to be and a better version of myself, finding a deeper sense of self. Helped create goals for me, and that's important when, if you're struggling with any mental health issues, creating a goal is something that can often drive us to be better. And that was something I did for myself, and really got hooked on doing. Every year I try to do something similar, travel to another country, somewhere new, do a big hike or two, and yeah, just it's a good way at leveling up my life, humbling myself, and um, just finding a more meaning in life for myself, I'll say. Um, I'll talk more about this as I take you with me on the Camino experience. So, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to try to do a vlog um, during my Camino experience. So, this is video number one. I am in my kitchen at my house right now, and I'm already, I'll say like 10% nervous just talking by myself in front of my animals here. Um, when I'm on the hike and I'm vlogging, holding out a selfie stick like a jackwagon, I'm going to have kind of a struggle at first. I'm hoping I can get more used to it. I think just mentally putting myself in the mind uh, of when I'm educating or teaching lessons, me talking in that sort of style really helps kind of give me focus and how I want to direct this experience. So I want to share this experience with all of you um, because, as I've already talked about how hiking and traveling has really helped me, if sharing this inspires or helps even one person do something like that to better themselves, then this is worth it. As far as doing this for myself, um, I've been journaling a lot more lately. I have aspirations to write a book, uh, or maybe this is my book in video form. I'm not sure yet, but I want to look back and see how I changed throughout this journey. If there is any changes or what, little changes, big changes, I don't know, are going to take place from where I am right now before I started the hike, during the hike, the moments that, I'm feeling really great, the moments I'm struggling, until, hopefully, when I complete the hike. And I just want to see what that journey is and the effect it has on me. So yeah, even though this is a old Catholic pilgrimage, and I was born and raised Catholic, I'm no longer practicing. Um, I still have uh, an appreciation for culture, for history. When I've traveled through parts of Latin America, in Central and South America, have really loved seeing the pyramids, or the temples and the Mayans, the Aztecs, to the old churches, the basilicas, all that. And I've never really gone as deep into Catholic history in Europe. It's still one area I need to explore more. But being born and raised Catholic, it's kind of, I don't know, these old scrolls, sort of say, or these old secrets waiting to be seen and discovered by myself. Just, what was life like for people who were Catholics over 1,000 years ago? That's interesting to me. Um, my dad was very Catholic, and that influenced me for a long time, spiritually, I'll say. Um, and, you know, Well, I love my dad, and I miss him. He passed away almost 2 years ago from Alzheimer's. Um, he didn't always influence religion upon others in the most positive way. It was more of a forcing that you had to do, and not as much of a journey of self discovery, like it should be for people. Um, it was this way was right, other ways are wrong, sort of a mentality. And that was the way he was raised. Again, there's no uh, ill intent in how I'm trying to describe my father with religion, but um, that was an influence in why I'm spiritual, why I'm philosophical, and also why I'm no longer religious, because um, I I don't approve or like the ways that it can negatively be forced upon people, especially with the manipulative gaslighting aspects. But um, everyone has a complicated relationship with their parents. Mine's no different with my dad. And um, one way that we did bond, another reason I'm doing the Camino here, is we watched a lot of TV together. I would visit a lot after moving out, do my laundry at my parents' house, whatever. You know how expensive laundry detergent is. When you're in your 20s, you don't want to buy that. So, anyways, I'd use my parents' laundry detergent. I watch Packer games with my dad, and we'd watch movies together. And we watched this movie called The Way. Um, and yeah, if you're new to my channel and you know about the Camino, you're probably like, wow, another yuppie doing the Camino because they saw the movie The Way. Okay, great movie. It's with Martin Sheen, Emilio Estevez. Go and watch it. Even if you're not religious, it's a really good movie. Um, but before dementia and Alzheimer's really took a hold of my dad, he was in his late 50s or 60s, and we both really enjoyed that movie. And my dad was more of a talker than a doer, and whereas my mom's more of a person who likes to get things done, and I like to think that um, more like my mom in that way. But my dad, after the movie, said, he's an old school Italian, Sicilian, by the way. I'm gonna do the Camino, And I was like, no, you're not. Like, you're 6 years old. You say you're gonna do a lot of things and you don't. And he didn't. And again, this isn't a knock on him. So, you know, I think part of me doing this is also kind of in honor of him, and sort of in remembrance of him as well. At his funeral a couple of years ago, um, I think when I traveled back home, I had to put on my counselor face or my counselor mask. Um, I was able to emotionally process his death for a while. When you lose someone to dementia and Alzheimer's, you lose them twice. Um, when they mentally uh, vanish from this plane of existence to when they're physically gone. So that's hard, and over that time, I think I that was able to help me during my meditations and processing time, just kind of let go in that way. But around the whole funeral time when I was in town, I think a lot of other people didn't get the process in that way, and it builds up, and a lot of people are, emotional, understandably, and I felt myself needing to be there for a lot of other people and not uh, sort of process myself in that way. Um, Not that I necessarily need to cry or anything like that, but just that I was putting aside my emotions for others. So, um, like my dad, I am more of a processor. He wasn't a quick-witted person. Sometimes I can be, but mostly I'm in my head. I'm kind of an extrovert socially, but when I'm by myself, I'm very introverted and inside my head, and I process, and I know I just need this time to process. Part of that experience, working as a counselor for kids, um, especially teenagers, I can tell you that 500 miles isn't enough to process all the things that I help them with, and all the dumb crap they put me through, and all the other adults who try to help them. But I say that with nothing but love. If any of my students are watching this, I love you. Sometimes you drive me crazy, but I love you from the bottom of my heart. So, no hard feelings. I hope you enjoy this journey with me. Um, and yeah, so I'm gonna process this summer, and um, it is my goal, and I hope what you can expect from me with this is that I'm going to document a little before I leave. Just while I'm going out for a walk, I'm going to get a selfie stick delivered soon. Um, Not sure how I feel about that. I'm not going full TikTok or nothing, so don't worry. I'm not going full uh, narcissistic here, but I'm going to get a selfie stick just for carrying around and vlogging. And my goal is to do some, it depends on the internet, of course, to do some live viewings on the hike, um, but mainly to record portions of the hikes each day. Again, each day I'm probably hiking 15 to 20 miles. And each day I want to record little snippets, say some things about where I am, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling during the good days, the bad days, the times where I struggle. I really want to document that, and I want to share with you a portion of each day. When I'm hiking over the Pyrenees, or I'm going through Pamplona. I'll be there before the running of the bulls. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get gored by any bulls on this trip, hopefully. Um, but I just want to share, you know, 5 to 15 minute videos each day from this experience with you and with me, to be able to look back years from now and process, see what the journey's impact was on me. So, anyways, I hope that you will enjoy being part of this journey with me this summer. Um, I'm really excited. I'm ready to go. Um, Leaving in a few weeks, and I I'm pumped. I've been doing some training uh, when I can, but nothing's going to supplement what the real thing's going to be like. So, um, for the first week or so, I'm sure it's going to kick my butt. And I'm probably, after the first week or so, I'm sure I'm going to lose 10 pounds like that. Uh, which, thank God, when you're in your mid late 30s, that becomes harder and harder. So hopefully I, come back more in shape, and with a six pack and all that. But whatever, that's not really what matters. I'm looking to get in shape physically, mentally, emotionally, refilling my cup. If you work in self-care or in mental health fields, you know that self-care is very important, and you can't pour from an empty cup. And I have to refill my cup. um, I'm doing great. I'm not saying that my cup's empty and I'm depressed. I'm not. I'm doing fantastic. Um, Sorry, allergies. Um, but yeah, this has been something I've been itching to do for a while, and I can't wait to find out the full reasons why I'm doing this. Um, I've shared with you what's inspired this journey, but even I don't know the reason why I'm doing the Camino yet. And that's okay. I'm looking forward to finding that out, however simple or complex of an answer that is. Um, I've already talked for 20 minutes. Anyways, thank you for listening to this. If you have made it all the way through, I hope you are doing well in your life. And if not, I hope you find some time today to take care of yourself. And I'm not sure what my closeout line is going to be for these videos, but I'll leave you with this. It's something I tell my students or the kids I help a lot that, you know, as a counselor, I'm not in the business of fixing people. When we have struggles, we can only look to improving a little bit at a time. So if you are struggling, I hope you find ways to take care of yourself that might even help just a little bit. If you can only improve 1% a day over 100 days or a few months, your life can be made drastically better just by sticking with a really healthy, positive self care routine. And growth doesn't happen because of a thing, growth happens through the process of trying to get better. That's where change takes place. And just like this Camino, there's going to be some growth and change that's going to happen during some struggles, during some physical, mental, emotional, difficult times. And I look forward to it. I crave that in my life right now. Um, so, yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever struggles this Camino brings. And I'm looking forward to growing and changing and leveling up my life, however that might be. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the friends I'm going to make that I haven't met yet, and the random crazy stories that'll happen along the way. Every time I travel, there's always some random crazy stuff. I attract this for some reason. Um, it's like a counselor at a funeral. I attract emotional people. All right. They just have a gravitational pull because of that. So, I also I think I attract the crazies because, maybe they see me as a safe person or something. I don't know. Um, but anyways, let's see what happens. Let's enjoy this journey together. And yeah, I hope you are doing well wherever you are viewing from. Love you. Take care.